Hello everyone, welcome to the Dreamy Panda. I am Usha and in today's video I am going to talk about the Duolingo English test. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. The Duolingo English test, often referred to as DET or DET, is conducted by Duolingo to check one's listening, reading, writing, speaking and comprehension skills in English. The results of this test are accepted by many colleges and universities across the globe. This test is pretty similar to the standard English exams like IELTS, TOEFL, PTE or GEE, except that this can be taken online. The main difference between this test and the standard English test is that it is totally online. Like starting from the enrollment for the exam until the results, everything can be done over internet sitting at your house. We just have to enroll and pay the exam fee. Take the exam sitting at your house, just have a webcam and take the exam and wait just for 48 hours to get the results. Another advantage is that the results can be sent to the respective colleges or universities directly through Duolingo instead of sending a mail or a physical copy of it. The fee for this exam is $50 which is around 3,600 to 3,700 Indian rupees, and this price is very less when compared to the standard English exams like IELTS or GRE or TOEFL, which vary between 10,000 to 15,000 Indian rupees. Like I mentioned earlier, being able to send the results directly to the institutions through an email is an added advantage. The main motto of this exam is to see how good we are at understanding, speaking, conversing and writing in English. The exam pattern is designed in such a way that the questions keep getting tougher as we keep answering them right. For example, if you have answered question 1 correctly, the next question would be a little bit tougher or difficult when compared to question 1. Additionally, there is also a timer set on each question. The time varies from 10 seconds to 5 minutes. Let's see a few examples of the type of questions one would face in this exam.
Before showing the sample questions, I'll be showing you the rules you have to follow to take this test. During the whole test, you should always have your camera and the microphone enabled. You should never disable them and you should not leave the camera at all. Throughout the test, you should sit in front of the camera. You should not look away from the screen and your ears should be clearly visible. Also, you should not use any extra notes or any other devices like a tab or a cell phone to look at. If you're trying to copy or even look anywhere other than the computer, it will be easily recognized by the image recognition technology they're using to conduct this test and you might be disqualified. You should also not leave the screen and try to Google or search for something on the same computer. It will be easily recognized and you might get caught. You should not talk unless you're asked to talk, and there should not be any other person in the room in which you're writing the exam. First type of question is this. It is very simple. It is where you will be shown an image of some object like this, a mirror or a table or a pen or a paper or comb or anything, and you'll be asked what that object is. In this type of question, you should answer them, so you should say a mirror. The next one is where you will be asked to repeat something written on the screen and you should record yourself saying this. For example, here I would say, if you need help getting another job, I'll help you with that. You should make sure that you stress on the commas, the full stops and the apostrophes to make sure that you're sounding right. The next type of question is where you hear a statement and you have to write it down. You have about 3 chances to replay this statement and listen to it and write it correctly. This is another type of question where you'll be given a list of English words and you have to find the real ones. For example, in this list, sharp, disabled, they are actual English words. However, the very, gender, these are not real words. Actually, even if they are, the spellings are not right. So you have to make sure that you read them and select the correct words. This is the next type of question where you will be given a picture and you have to write about the picture. You should write at least 50 words and you have about a minute and a half of time to write this. Writing more than 50 words will be good, but minimum of 50 words is mandatory. Next question is where you have to speak about the question they'll be giving you. You have at least 30 seconds to prepare on the topic and you have about 60 seconds to talk. The next type of question is where you'll be given a topic to talk about. You'll have 30 seconds to prepare for this topic and you can talk for about 1 minute to 3 minutes. Talking for at least a minute is mandatory and being able to talk for more than 2 minutes will be great. This question again is similar to one of the previous questions we have seen. Here you will be given a list of English words from which you have to choose the real ones. You have to listen to the word and choose the correct ones. This is the next type of question where you will be asked to talk for about 30 seconds about the picture you see. For example, you see this picture, you get some time to prepare, and then you will be given minimum 30 seconds of time and a maximum of 1 minute 30 seconds to talk about this picture. This is one of those questions which can be really difficult if you have not practiced well. If you have enough practice, it will be very easy to solve this question. So this is where you have to fill in the blanks based on the context. For example, the one you see here is, during May of 1816, Mary and her future husband Percy Bysshe Shelley traveled dash Lake Geneva. So depending on the context and the way you have to complete a sentence, it should be two. This is how you should understand what the word or the missing word could be depending on the context. This is a type of yes or no question. Here you will be asked for an opinion and you have to justify your opinion. In this type of question, you should say that you agree with the given statement or disagree with the given statement and state your reasons for your judgment. These are all the different types of questions that may appear in the exam. Once you have answered all these, you have two questions that are just an interview sample which are not used to determine your score. However, the institution you are applying for will always be able to see that sample interview and judge whether or not you should get the admission. So let's see a sample question here. For the interview sample, you will have two questions. One, you have to talk about a topic, and the other one is to write about a topic. You get the liberty to choose a topic from two of the topics they offer. Once you decide on what you want to write or talk about, you will be given 3 to 5 minutes to write or speak on that topic. If you're doing a practice test, you'll see an estimated score at the end of the test like this. However, this is not the actual score, and your actual score may vary depending on the exam you give. In reality, if you take the exam, once you're done, you'll get this screen and you'll have a notification saying that you'll get the results within 48 hours. And once you receive your results, you have this option to send these results to the institutions directly. You have to just select the university or the school or the college you're trying to apply and just click on send.
So this is the procedure to take the exam and send the results to your colleges. However, before taking the exam, please make sure that the college or the university you're applying to accepts the Duolingo test for their admission purposes. As the exam is relatively new, there is not much practice material available online. The only way to prepare for the exam is to take the practice test on the Duolingo site again and again until you're comfortable to give the exam. Before signing off, I also want to clarify one more thing. A few of my friends have asked me if this exam is accepted by any country for immigrations. But no, this exam is not accepted by any country for immigration purposes as of now. So this is all about the Duolingo English test. If you have enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and please share it with those who are preparing for the exam. If you have any more queries, please drop them in the comment section below and I would be very happy to help. If you are taking the exam in near future, I wish you all the very best. Hope you do well. And that is all for today. See you guys in another video. Take care. Bye-bye.